Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Jersey and today we are doing another island tour. We are going to KoolKitty's island, Isla del Sol. And guys, this island has so many amazing little builds everywhere. So many great ideas, so much inspiration, and I just can't wait until we start just exploring and talking about everything that we are going to be seeing today. So look at this. So as soon as we step out, this is a whole different feel, a whole different take to a town. The way you come out of the town hall, we already got so many signs, the billboard, pathing leading to all these different locations, just different ways to go into this town. And it's so great. You know, one of the things that you're gonna see on this island is all the signs telling you where to go, how to get there, where to find something, if something has moved. Because the funny part is that KoolKitty forgets where things are in the island because she keeps moving things around. So it's just amazing that she's utilizing all these signs that makes it feel so realistic at the same time. So as soon as I was gonna start exploring, KoolKitty already started saying, Jersey, come this way, I'm gonna start showing things. And it was just so fun. Okay, so we start going down the stairs, and I already like this feel. Look at how different it is. And this island, let me just explain a little bit this island. This island is like a big prototype island. There's so many ideas, so many builds, so many things that she's trying to put together. Every time she has a new idea, she takes something down, she starts adding something new, she starts moving things. If she has another idea, she'll move it, she'll redo it. It's just an amazing thing. But look at this little entrance. Look at the waterfall right here with the fountain. I love the little canal that we have, because as soon as you come down the stairs of the town hall, right, we get this little canal of water, and it's really cool. It's a really cool idea. It's very different. It's a different approach, and I like it. I'm here for it. It's just really cool to see all these things. Okay, so quickly, right after we come down on the town hall, we get to her working area, and here it is. You know, very simple, straight to the point. I like the way she did it. It's very simple, she has all her storage area. She can craft, she can do whatever she needs to do to continue to work on this town. She put some fish elements over here. We got back here her charging station. It's really cool. It's just a really cool thing to see. Very simple. All these areas are they're being planned to move so she can continue to work on the main part of the town. I really like how she did the grand clock right back here in top of the kitchen. I really like that. I like how she added the two kangaroos toys just right up there. But this is her cooking area, and I like all the dressers as she did it for storage. I think that was such a great idea. Okay, so as we're gonna continue to walk the town, then as we were walking, I noticed this and I was like, wait, this is so cool. So she added all the dirt in between the buildings. She put a bridge on the top, so it makes it feel like everything is solid. There's something about this structure, there's something about this look that it looks very interesting to me. I just never seen something like this. You know, she has 3 buildings all together filled up with dirt, and then on the back we have the main entrance. This is very different. This is very cool idea. It's a whole different take, a very unique. There's possibilities here for us to do something similar, to do our own take. How we have like this shopping malls, plazas, right? And it's all one big long building in this plaza. This gives me that feel. This gives me that idea and that potential that we can do something like that. Okay, so now we're gonna continue to walking. We get to the talker box, and then I wanted to see this little side. I wanted to see what she did. This really attracted my eye, and I was coming this way. I really like this feel. We have just a little walkway that leads to this nice little sitting area with a campfire in the very top, just looking over this way. And it's so nice. I like all this cluster of trees back here just to make it feel more private, you know, and it gives you this nice shade, and it looks really nice. And I like this take. Most of us on the Talker Box, we do a lot of seating restaurant on the side. And she decided to keep it very natural. The seating is always inside, so we have a nice little garden next to it with a nice seating area. And I think that's great. It's just a whole different way to approach the decorating of the Talker Box, and I really like it. And look at this entryway, and look at this, the walkway. Just really nice. Again, look at the signs, town hall, pointing to the other direction. Then we get to the beach area. We got all these sailboats. Already seeing the boats. I'm already seeing the stuff. I'm already liking, you know. And another good thing about this island, as we continue to explore, as we continue to walk it, is that there's so many nice viewpoints. And that's something that is really, for me, it's always so important. It's like when we're walking right here, but you look in the background and you see more, you see things elevated, you see the depth of the map. It's just really cool. You know, I like this little fountain area. I like the centerpiece. I like how she just added this bridge just for an addition, just to add something more to the aesthetic of the build, you know. And I think ideas like this, you know, as you're watching this, as you're taking a screenshot of different ideas, the way she's approaching either a fountain, just adding this bridge as just to frame the area, all of these little things, all this is just so wonderful to see, to grab ideas, just like that little entrance. And we have the statues, and then we have the fountains, all of that, you know. All of that is to give us ideas on how we can approach that into our own islands. And look at this corner, look at this. This is really nice. I like it's 1, 2, 3, 4 different elevations. The way she did the fence on the top, the way we come down with all the different flower pots and the colors, and she just kept it in that warm color palette. It's really good, and I like that idea. So that's another screenshot moment for you right there, so you can take that screenshot. So if you have a corner that you need to add something into your island or your town, that's a really great inspiration for you to take, and I think it's just great. And then look at this little bathroom, and I love the sign on the top of the bathroom. I just think it's really cool. It says restroom, and then we get the sink, and we just got everything that we need in there. I like this little building right over here, made out of honey, you know, out of the honey path. And it just gives it more. It just gives us something again to this other area, you know. And the honey path is not something that I use a lot, you know, but here she kind of make it work really good with the green, with the sand. It actually goes really well. And the composition over here is really good. I really like this idea. I like all this seating. I like that we have all this little flower. So this is another idea for you guys. This layout is really good. You know, take a screenshot, tweak it, add what you need. But I really like how everything came out right over here. You know, and I can see this idea being used in so many other areas as a big potential for you, for your islands, for your town, as a big centerpiece in a park area, in front of a building, in front of the town hall, in front of the museum. There's so many ways that you can use that idea in your town. So I backtracked it a little bit. I wanted to walk in from the other bridge. I wanted to see how this feel, and the flow is so good. You know, it's just everything feels great. Everything feels so nice, and it's really good. And look, more signage just telling you what we have, why it is, why that tower, what it's gonna do, where it's gonna take you. I love all the signs, you know, and that's something myself that I need to improve. I want to use more signs in my builds, in my towns, in my areas. But look at this dock pier. I love this. I think this looks excellent. I think looks so good. I just like the open feel. It just, look at the view of the ocean. It just takes you into the ocean. It's just so peaceful. Just standing right here, just walking it. It just has this peaceful feel to it, and it's just so great. I like some of the streamer shirts that we had over here, you know, and we get to sit, and it's just truly spectacular. She did such an amazing job right here, and I'm so glad that I was able just to be stand here, because again, another area for you to take inspiration, to take another screenshot, so you guys can incorporate another type of pier into your island. Okay, So now we're gonna walk into this other section. This is an outdoor restaurant, and the way she did it, and and she kept the building in dirt, and I never would have thought of leaving a building in dirt and then using plants and decorating on the top, but she makes it work. This area is still under construction. There's still some things that she's still changing and improving and doing. So I really like how she's using the signs that's coming soon. I really like the traffic cones to block people from walking in here. I think all of these are just great ideas, but I really like the way she did all this, using some of the new anniversary items like the little fairy lights right over here. It just feels so great. It feels like she made this little wall for the outside of the restaurant, for the outdoor patio area, and I think it really works. It really feels great. And look at the building. I don't know. I mean, it's different. It's the dirt. She makes it work. It really fits her island, and it really it will open up the idea to see how we can use dirt sometimes and make the dirt work towards our advantage when we're building and when we're designing. But overall, the structure of the building is amazing. So if for some reason you don't like the dirt, you can take this idea. You can take the screenshot right now, the idea, the way she designed this building, and just add the pathing that you need and the extra decorating, and then you can make it your own. But as we leave the restaurant area, we get to this little parking lot right here, and then I get to see that little structure right there, her way that she did her lighthouse, and I think it's so cool. It's amazing. It's a whole different take, and I love it. I love this feel of this parking lot. I think that her parking lots are really good. I think she did an amazing job. It just feels so great, and it really feels a parking lot that you will see at the beach. It's just truly amazing, this feel. I like, again, more signage, and her signage is on point. If you need to pause the video, pause it, read it, because sometimes they're so great the way, and it's just good inspiration, because sometimes I'm one of those, I don't know what to write in my signs, it's just coming up with clever wording or clever phrasing, and here she does such a great job. So I want to see this structure. I wanted to see how she did it and what she did, and I like that she did the regal clock on the very top for something different, something very unique, and I think this is really nice, and I like these original designs, original ideas, that I would have thought of something like that out here at the beach, but it really works. Okay, so now we're gonna see right here, like the lifeguard. I like this platform. I think she made it feel great, and it really gives you a super amazing view of the beach area. And I think her beach decorating is really on point. It really feels when I go to the beach and you see all this umbrella and the way there everything is divided, the spacing, where the towels are laid up, where she did some of the new picnic clothing path, to match with the umbrellas, the little boombox in different sections of the area of the decorating, with sometimes with just different lamps in different area. The copper lamps looks really well in the beach, and that opens up another possibility. I never would have thought of using the copper lamps in the beach. So I was like, oh my goodness, this opens up even more and more ideas. And I was very curious about this little piece right here. Look, it's just amazing. Again, this is what I'm saying. There's so many little builds, little designs, little things going on this island that they can be incorporated into so many of our own builds or our own islands as we continue to progress our towns. And it's just truly fantastic to see, fantastic to experience when I was here. And I love it. I don't know, that there is something special in this island that as we continue to walk it, as we continue to experience all these little builds that we're seeing, that is going to really open up our ideas, our imagination, and what we can do in our islands. And again, another parking lot, and these parking lots that appear in different areas across the island, that's something that I myself am trying to do, and I'm really getting so much inspiration right now from this island, because I'm a planner. I really try really hard to plan where things go, but I like how these parking lots sometimes are very far away from the main builds, and that really opened up the idea for me. How can I incorporate more parking lots in my islands leading towards the build that I really wanted to. And that really is helping me so much, so I can continue to build amazing builds in Dinkum. So now we get into the mall area, and this mall in the inside, it really gave me the feel of the mall, of the courtyard of the mall. I don't know if it's just the pattern of the floor. I don't know if the way she did the little stores in the inside, the division, but there's something, as soon as we're gonna walk in here, I had that feeling. I have that feel when I go to the mall and I get to the open area and I'm like, oh my goodness. And when I was walking here and I was talking, I was like, oh my gosh, this really feels like the mall, like the courtyard, maybe like the food court. I don't know. There's something about it that it really gave me that feel. And it could be the flooring. It could be maybe the way she has divided the different sections of what's going on inside this mall. I really like this idea of how she's selling the sailboat right over here in display. I think a lot of you are gonna take so much inspiration from this. I think this is just such a wonderful and amazing idea. It's just truly, you incorporate this with what Gamer Mom did on her car dealership, on that island tour, and the possibility just keeps opening up of what we can do in Dinkum. Okay, so I like this centerpiece. Is a place where you can buy sunglasses. Guys, sunglasses. I never would have thought of making a sunglasses shop area. And now I am going to do one. I am gonna incorporate that into my island because I think the idea is perfect. It just works out so great, and it gives you more items to use in the game. And as we saw, the map looks amazing. This area in the map looks so great. All the patterns, all the details. It's just truly wonderful. And then we're over here. Over here is kind of like a little section where you can buy food. And again, the idea is the design. I like how she has incorporated everything. If you look at all the details in the wall, the way she's using the vine, the way she's using the flags, the umbrella, the lighting, the regal clock, the trophies, just all these different ideas, all these different items, to make this build come alive. The way she's using the fountain right here, the one fountain, and surrounding it with just the plant vases, it just looks so good. It's just everything worked out so great. And here's the entrance of the mall, Croc Mall right over here. I think it's just truly beautiful and wonderful build, for us to get even more inspiration. And maybe some of you will start building malls in your area, in your islands. Okay, so we get to this little pond area right here, this little section, and look at this. It's so peaceful, it's so beautiful. Guys, take it in. This is a great screenshot. We got 4 doggo statues. We got this centerpiece right there with the one tile fountain. And it's just so beautiful. It's simple, but it's so beautiful all at the same time. It just feels great to be sitting there and just taking it all in. So as we continue to walk the island, we get to this section, and then she did her own church building, and the mushroom is it's supposed to represent like stained glass. And I thought that idea was so great. It looks really great with the brick, and I think the whole composition, the whole build, and the structure, the way she created this building, the way she's layering all the items and the roofing and the different heights. This is a very unique building. I like this style. I like the way it looks. We're gonna go to the very top. We're gonna glide to the very top of the building because I want you guys to see how she did the building, because I think it's really good, because it's another type of building for you guys to incorporate into your islands, into your build, if you like to do this kind of build. And I think it works really well, and look at this, look at the roof. I like the shape of the roof. I think she did an excellent job. It just feels really nice, really great, very different. And I think that's what is important at the same time. It's another style of roof that we can do in our towns, in our builds, so we can keep making the islands like they're just evolving and make them feel more unique and more different between each of the buildings. Okay, so after we finish that, and I like the whole composition with the stone lights, with the red carpet, with everything, with just some of the little the Christmas item to give it that extra look. Isla del Sol Chapel, again, so great, so nice. And we had a parking lot right there. It seems like she's working on a parking lot right here, but then I saw this little island, and this is kind of like a little Christmas island right over here. I think, again, another idea, another build, another way to incorporate something great into your towns, into your islands. It's a very simple build, but at the same time, it looks so good, you know. And as we're gonna walk this, and we're gonna pan the camera in the build mode, and we're gonna see it from the top, guys, this is something really great. And especially as a centerpiece in the water, I think it really worked out really great, you know. And look at the decoration, and it's just simple, but it is something, again, something unique, something different that we incorporate into our towns and another build. And look at all the flower patterns, and I like all the gift boxes. Again, it just gives it that little extra touch, that little extra detail to make it feel really amazing. And then look at this right over here. Look at this feel with all the lights and just the red, and it looks amazing. It just looks stunning. It looks beautiful. It just works out so well. I just like all of it. All of it. It's just a lookout area. This is just a place where people can come and just take pictures, just enjoy the view of something beautiful that she made. Okay, so and then we get to this section of this island. And guys, I was so honored and so happy to see this fountain in here. She took inspiration from mine. She wanted to do something different. Instead of adding the water, she went ahead and added like the mushroom pathing, so it looks like very bright, just very different. And I love this. I love that she took inspiration, and I love that she tweaked it. I like that she's making it her own, making it feel her style and feel that goes with her island, you know. And I like that, because that's exactly what I always want, you know, is for you guys to take the inspiration of what you guys see, either from island tours or from the builds or from the live streams, and you guys tweak it and make it your own, you know, because that's the goal. The goal is to always inspire you, for you guys to always to continue to build and improve your islands and your towns. And it's so great to see this, you know. She definitely added more stone lamps, more lights. She added a mushroom, you know. There's so many really cool ideas and unique stuff that she tweaked it to make this fountain her own. And then again, you know, I saw this at Gamer Mom. I was not expecting it already to be in another island that had this. And this also was on her own idea and design, not because she saw it from another island, but this is something that she wanted to do. And we have another tunnel, and I'm just in love with this idea. I can't wait. I can't wait until I continue to go to more islands and I keep encountering this. I think this is just amazing. You know, we take a little slower. I like that she has water coming into the tunnel. I think this is just kind of like a little nice little detail, a little nice little idea that works really well, you know. And as we're gonna drive just a little bit, you know, it just feels really great to drive on the roads. The youths are just such an amazing item, just such an amazing thing that now has expanded our creativity in Dinkum, so we can build roads and do this to feel really great. And look at this, you know, as we're driving, we get to see the farm, we get to see some of the flowers, the cornfields, you know. It's just amazing. But okay, so we gotta get off, you know, because one of the best way to tour is still walking. Walking is still one of the best way to tour, because we get to see everything. And I was really attracted about this area. I wanted to see what was going on back here. And this is her little brewing area, you know. So she does some of her brewing, some of her coffee, you know. And it's, look, very simple. We have a little entrance, nothing, you know. It doesn't bring a lot of attention. And I think that's also great. It's just a little opening. We come in, we get to the brewing section. We have one of the old school fountains right over there. And it's just nice and simple and straight to the point. But it works, you know. And this is something that I wanted to showcase, because No, everything has to be this elaborate build, right? We need sometimes things to look normal, to look simple, and I think this is something that, it's important to do in our islands, to make it feel more realistic, and sometimes simplicity, I've been feeling it, that is so important to do in our islands. Not everything has to be such a creation that is so complicated, but sometimes simplicity can come a long way in our islands. But as we're gonna go through here, and we're gonna get to this little market area, I really like how she did this little market area. Guys, take a screenshot right now, right here. Take that screenshot, because I love the way she did these pillars, all these columns with the stairs on the tops, with the lights all around it, and the market stall right in the middle with the lights. Guys, this composition is so good. It's just so good, and that's something I'm taking note right now myself, because that's gonna look really good in a European town that we're building on live stream. Okay, so again, another centerpiece, another fountain, another screenshot moment for you guys to take, so you guys can add it again. And this is what was so great about this island. It's all this build, that sometimes she's just having fun and building. She doesn't know where to put them, but she has this idea and she's putting it. And this is why I call this island like a very prototype island, because it's like she's doing all this build. She's using her imagination, using her creative, what she's being inspired, and then she's doing it, she's adding it, and then she has to sometimes move it to make it fit better, or a new location on her island. And I like that process. I like the way she's thinking. I like the way she's just approaching her builds on this island. And then we get to this viewing point again, and look at this. Look at this. When you stand right over here, you take in the view of the town, you take everything in, and we get into a very exciting place in this town that I'm really enjoying. The way she did so many things, I'm so excited to talk about. Okay, so after we finish looking at that amazing viewpoint, it's just truly spectacular when we can get up high and view the towns. I love that. I think that's one of my favorite things, is to look at the towns from above, not from a helicopter point of view. I know helicopters can give you a really nice view, but there's something different when you get to the highest point and you actually physically are looking at it standing. And I really like how that feels and those views are. But over here, I really wanted to see this little farm. It looked very beautiful from far away. And we get all these little ideas. Look at all the wombat, little piggy banks on the floor to give it a little more. Just the way everything's decorating, just the way everything is laid out, just the way the houses are being placed, the organization. It looks so beautiful in here. The farm looks really great. All the animals together, just the little different trees, just a little different, like the hibiscus being put in different places. This centerpiece, so they can feed all the animals, is something popular. We've seen it. She did her own little take, in different areas, but I think it is so great, and I love all of this. I love the feel. I love the way everything feels from the viewpoint, from the very top. And then again, I get a chance just to look at this and view everything again, once again, and look at this. It just looks fantastic. What a beautiful town, with so many unique ideas. And the way she uses, look at this. Again, look at the fence, looks really great, right? But look, we get this viewpoint of this other little elevated dock right over there. I love this idea. I love how we can just keep seeing how this trail is going around this little lake and river area. I just think it just works so great, how this little trail is going through nature, and everything is wild, everything is just grown, but then we get these viewpoints that you can see the town. Look how you see the town, you see the bridges. It's just everything, and these are ideas, guys, that if you don't know what to do in your island and you want to do just a hiking trail, you want to do a walking trail, and you can make those trails high so you can enjoy the viewpoint, those are the things, that are so important when you're doing a build. The idea of how to incorporate ideas of that. And you see that down there, you see that bridge, right? And you look underneath it, is a covered bridge. I think this idea is brilliant, and we're gonna walk it very, very soon. But before that, I got to this point over here, and I was like, whoa, look at this. This is inspiration from, if I remember the story right, there's a place in China. It's a bookstore there's so many books, it's so tall, and she loved that, she saw that picture, and she kind of wanted to do it. And that's the great thing about Dinkum, right? Is anything that you see, you can try to do it, you can try to have fun, recreate an idea, recreate something. And look at this. I think this idea is so great. It's a humongous outdoor library that you can sit, that you can see the books, enjoy the reading very calmly out here. But the idea and the concept, that's what is really intriguing. This is something I would have never thought of doing. And I think the idea is great. I think this can fit depending on who you are and what island are you making. I think the idea has so much potential, and I know some of you will grab this idea and will keep adding, will keep tweaking it and make it even more special. But look at this covered bridge. I really like this feel. I really like this idea. I think this is one of the best designs and cover bridge ideas that I've seen, and I love it. I love it so much. I really want to incorporate this into my islands. This is one of those things that have really motivated me, has really inspired me, and I can't wait to do something with this, to do something with this idea, to where to put it, to make it very special. And then we get to the little section over here that it's a work in progress. She's still working, she's still evolving her ideas. She's trying to make a little gas station. She may try to make a bait shop over here. There's like a little fishing dock. We have the elevated dock over there, we have the lower one over here. It's a section of the area that there's many ideas, things that she's trying to decide, a little build that she's trying to either build or do a little test run. And I think that's so wonderful. It's like the area is not truly completed, but it's areas that she's still evolving, she's still working, she's still trying to figure out what to do, how to do it, how to build it, and seeing that firsthand, I think is just amazing, because a lot of times we don't see those behind the scenes, but she was willing to, again, to share it and for us to see that. So I think that was wonderful. And then we get to this other area over here, again, the way she uses the bridges, the way we have all these little water canals, these little waterfalls over here, just so you can use more bridges. And you guys know I love bridges, I love using bridges. I just think bridges gives it a little extra feel to the town, to the areas. And then I just love this. I just like, the way she has incorporated the water into her town, with either being a waterfall, either being a canal, either being with the river. It's just really great. And look at this little tower. I really, I need to do more stuff like this. I really gotta make more towers, more viewpoints, because look at this other lookout area from this point, so you can see the town from this angle. Look at the bridges, guys. Look at all the bridges, just the way everything looks. Just as a centerpiece, just as a decorating tool, that bridge right there looks really great. It's just so many things to see on this island. And it's just great, and the feel of it. And look at that. Look where the bank's at and all of that right there. And we are about to get to walk on this little area right over there that we just saw, where the bank is, with all the bridges. Look at this structure. She was just trying to make some type of building, something that looks very impressive. And I thought that was a really, again, a great idea, something great. I would never design something like this still to this day, but it really inspired me, especially in my European town. This feels something castle-like, and I really like that idea. So I myself took a screenshot. I'm gonna take inspiration from this, and the way she has these flags right over here, again, it just adds more details and more ideas for us, and something again, and I will say it again, it's like this town and this island and the way she approaches the build, it's like she's building a town, but it's like a prototype town, you know? It's just a lot of prototype ideas that she's building every time she wakes up, every time she just wants to play, has an idea, she comes in and she tries to make it happen, you know? And I don't know, there is something so special the way she's doing her town and the way she's doing her build. But and then we get to this section and she's telling me this is a tree house. And so I was like, a tree house? Wait a minute, let me see this. And guys, I think this idea works so great. The way she did it, the way it looks from the top and the trees going through the building to make it feel like a tree house and elevated. And I just thought, look at this. It really, to me, it really feels like a tree house. I really like the design. I really like the idea behind this build a lot. I know that's something that I've seen people try to make, you know, and some other people have done their own version of a treehouse, and it has been great as well. And this is another idea, another take on a treehouse, and I think it really works, you know, especially the way the trees are coming through the build. I think that is what makes it feel even more realistic to me as a treehouse build. And then again, we get to another fresh fish market area, you know, and I like this idea, especially the umbrellas. I like the umbrellas being inside to kind of add that little roof aspect to the build, and I thought that was great. So another screenshot moment for that build. And then we get to the Dinkum nursery, and here is where all the little Dinkum baby animals are being born. The idea is kind of like a cabbage patch, you know. It's just she had this idea, she wanted to do it, and I thought that was so cute and it's so great and it works so well. And again, you know, imagination, you know, sometimes you guys are so creative, the way you guys use your imagination. Not just KoolKitty here, but a lot of you guys have such an amazing imagination. And then I can't wait to one day James put this bridge that we're looking right there that is legit in the game. Not through dev commands, not through creative mode, but to the actual normal gameplay build. Because that bridge is so beautiful and I can't wait to use it one day. You know, when it's actually a legit item in the game, you know. But it's so great. It's so great the way some people use all those items, you know, in the game. And look at this little farm area as we pan the camera around. Again, we get to see such beautiful towns, such beautiful layouts. And then we take the teletower and we get to this little area. This area is inspired by a picture that she saw where a lot of people are playing in the water of this waterfall just leading into the middle to this little pool area as the water just cascading down into the middle. And guys, this it's just incredible. This is it's a simple build, you know, when you think about it, but it's such a beautiful build, you know. And look at this. This is beautiful, you know, and I hope that you guys are taking screenshots, that you guys are gonna add something similar like this into your town, into a big area that you don't know what to do. And this is a great build in the nature, you know, out there, you know, that doesn't have to be close to the town, you know. You can take your teletower and it could be like a waterway getaway, a pool little getaway, something like that, you know. I think this works. This is amazing. This is really great. And it's just the composition. It's really good, you know, the way it goes down. And I know this is an inspiration from a real picture, so it's really great to see that, you know, how she also incorporating real world pictures that she's seeing, inspiration that she gets, and she's adding it into her town, into her build. And then in the middle piece, of course, since we don't have people that you can put and play on the water, she decided just to do a little fountain centerpiece, just to give it a little something more in the middle. And I thought, you know, the way she thinks, her creative aspect, and the way she approaches everything is truly amazing, and I can't wait. Okay, and now we're gonna go to her last little area on this tour, and it's gonna be her new working area, her crafting area. And guys, because this is gonna be moved from her main part of the town to come over here, and it looks so good. Again, the composition, the design is perfect. But guys, now we are gonna get ready. We are gonna start talking with KoolKitty and to get to know her and to know how she approaches her build and her designs. So guys, I'm so excited. So let's go and start this interview with KoolKitty. Let's go. Okay everyone, we just finished touring Isla del Sol and it's so cool. There's so many amazing little ideas, little design, just ideas everywhere with that complement each other so well, and I was just so in love with this island. And now we're sitting with KoolKitty. So KoolKitty, how are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm so thankful that you invited me, that I was able to come over here. And I know you were nervous, but there's so many amazing ideas in this town that I think a lot of people are gonna be inspired and they're gonna grab them. They're gonna take screenshots and they're gonna do their own takes of them. And one of my first questions that I want to ask, because I always like to know this, is how did you discover Dinkum and what made you start playing Dinkum?
A friend of mine and I were looking on the internet for a very long time for a nice, calm game for us to play, and separately, not together. And so I said, I'll look it up and see if it's something we might enjoy. We're farming girls from Facebook. We had never been on Steam much before, and we were just learning. Like, we've never even been on Discord or YouTube or anything. So we
Yeah.
were learning together, and we decided to try this game.
Oh, that's awesome. And what made you keep playing this game? Because you told me you have over 1,700 hours.
Yes, I do. I have a lot of insomnia. No, but oh, look, we have company.
Look, Fletch is here. Guys, we got an
Fletch,
exclusive interview with Fletch as well. This is awesome.
Fletch is my buddy.
I know
Fletch,
you've been creating an amazing town with Fletch. So okay,
yes,
so
he's
you
really
have
impressed.
worked on some. You have a lot of islands, but this island you've done
Yes,
a lot of the work. You have put a lot of love into this island. So let's
yes.
talk about your creative process. How do you come up with your ideas and your designs?
Well, first of all, I love this island because my house is up on that big hill, and Fletch, of course, is my neighbor, and my little storehouses are up there too. And I love it because I can glide to most any direction I want for a very long time to get where I was working at. And so I would watch the news or watch even Facebook and see posts of pretty pictures and such, and I'd get an idea. Or I even be
Yeah.
drinking my coffee and watching the news, and I say, hey, you know what? We need Sky Tower radar. So here comes Roof Tower radar. What about the Friday fishing forecast? Hey, I don't have that on there. Let me do something. I can do something with all these fish. So one idea after another. And I'm not a big builder. I don't plan anything. I get a thought in my head and I say, what can I do with that? And so I do. I do my
And
best.
that's awesome. The most amazing part for me is like there's no planning, but you make it like that whole section of your island with all the bridges when you go underneath it, and then you got another one, you got a high, and then you got a low, and then you got your passageways. I love that. I
Well,
love
I
that.
got it from
I
one of your islands. I know I
I
did.
know, but you went like really good because you feel like you got more height, more structure, more passageways, and you go in a circle and it leads you to this way, and you have so many towers and viewpoints that are like you said. I think as we were walking, you told me that you were picking good places to put the cameras because it's just a viewpoint that's really gorgeous, and there
Hmm.
are it's just so gorgeous, and I love that idea, and I'm hoping more people do that going forwards on their islands. Put like the little camera so people know, hey, if you stand right here, you're gonna get an amazing view of this section of the island, and it's
Absolutely.
just amazing, and I just your creativity is in a whole different level, and your designing is a whole different level. It's nothing like mine. It's nothing like I seen other people do, and I love that. And I think the way you were explaining how you approach your designing is really cool.
I love nature, and I try not to destroy things, but to add to them as much as possible. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. The grass doesn't have to be mowed and like that, And if I have to clip the top off of a little mountain or something and make my design, that's fine too. But I'd rather not. Nothing
Yeah,
crazy. I just love nature.
no,
And
and I think that what makes your island also feel very different compared with other islands, because there's so much high elevation. So you go from one step to maybe three step to come back down, then to go back up, and I think all that works. All that works really well, and it just really complements your island, and it's just fantastic. So
I think
another question, yeah, go ahead.
mhm. I think I'm doing really well considered I've never built before, with the highs and the lows. And so I've been
Yeah.
practicing, practicing, practicing.
Well, I was just about to ask that this is the first game that you play that is a decorating and building game, correct?
Correct. I've never played Minecraft or what's that other one that everybody's played, but not me. No, I
That's
haven't never.
and that's cool. And then you ended up liking it. You ended enjoying that creative freedom, and
Yes.
it's it. So for I know you're putting over 1,700 hours. So is it the creative freedom of this game that makes you continue to play it?
Yes, yes. Definitely. I like lots and lots of variety and the things I enjoy and the games I have over the years that were not on Steam. And this one here there's no limit to it because it's your imagination that makes it come true. Your time put together with your imagination. So many people just make the farm and talk to the people and get their shops, but what comes after that? And so I wanted something to go on and on and on, and this game will.
Yes, yeah, and so and that leads us to the next question. Is because this game can go on forever, and that's what we want, right? So, is
Yes.
there something you would like to see in Dinkum that in the future, like maybe an item, maybe something that you would like, or maybe a new mechanic that you would like to see in the future in Dinkum to maybe that will make building more fun or decorating more fun for you?
Um, I'm holding to the hopes of windows, doors, and roofs. I heard people
Okay.
asking today for those features so that we can
Mm-hmm.
make better buildings. I myself am in the middle of making my own house instead of just my little
Ooh.
house, a big
Yeah.
house where I can have room dividers and walls and such so that there's separate rooms like that. But it would
Yeah.
be nice to actually put some windows in it or doors. So since I can't do that, I've put trees all around it, made it like a fort. And
Okay.
instead of
That's
a
cool.
door, I've made an alcove that would hide the doorway. You know what I mean? So we're
Yeah.
substituting the best we can, right
Y-
now.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. I think that's, I know that's something that's highly requested, you know, uh, and let's see. I'm hoping in the future that's something that comes to fruition and that we get doors and windows, and even if it's just for decorating purposes, that will make it feel more
Right.
real.
Make it
Yeah,
feel like, right.
and that's something great, and I love to hear that, and I love that to hear that you're working in new projects, so I can't wait to come back
Oh, yes, I
another
got a new
time.
project.
And I know you have a couple other islands that we may do tours in the future, so I'm excited for that too.
Well, I'm trying to consolidate them. If there's little bits here and there, I'm trying to get them onto together on another major island. Like this is my first one that I've enjoyed. My second one I'm working on. I'm trying to put projects on there that I have elsewhere so that I don't have so many scattered about.
Yeah, that's amazing, and I love that, and I love the love that you have for the game. I love the passion that you have for the game. I love your creativity that you have and you have done in this game, and it's truly unique. I know you were nervous, but this island is amazing. I love all the details, new ideas that I know a lot of people are gonna be so happy and inspired for them. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you for inviting me to come over and to be here and just to be able to showcase your island to the world.
Well, thank you very much for coming.